This Friday edition of Pucks Across Borders on Sports Addict Live and Total Apex Sports, brought to you by none other than First Round Collectibles. What's your sport? Hockey, basketball, football, baseball, maybe even wrestling, whatever it is, you can get it at firstroundcollectibles.com. And right now with the promo code Sports Addict, you get 10% off whatever sports card your heart desires. Maybe a little Lamar Jackson MVP rep, huh? Or maybe Sidney Crosby rookie card, whatever it is, you can get it. Firstroundcollectibles.com, promo code Sports Addict, 10% off. That's the number one, STRoundcollectibles.com. First Round Collectibles, sports cards for sports fans.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Yeah. Oh yeah, the beast back. Adrenaline pumping through my veins, can't relax. Original, I am not the same as these cats. I sting them if they...
And welcome, Pucks Across Borders on a Friday evening, an hour away from puck drop. We got a guest in the house tonight from Total Apex Sports, onside take. We'll get back to him in a minute. John, you read his work on the NFL, on Gridiron Heroics, at the top of your screen. How you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to this Friday night. And guys, we got to link up on this parlay tonight on the same day this time, especially with our guest in the house.
Yeah, absolutely. We got to look good for the homie. Also, correction, we're like 3 hours away from puck drop, so I'm not even close to what I originally said, but that's fine. You know, human. I look professional. I try.
You look great. Look great.
Oh, thanks, man. On the bottom of your screen, to my right, your left, I have no idea. The right. You read his work about the NFL on Gridiron Heroics, Winners and Whiners. You see him on Total Apex talking about football, talking about basketball. Andre, how are you, man?
Doing fantastic. Exciting weekend ahead. A lot of big things popping. And ready to talk about some hockey, you know? It's a good day.
Yes, sir. And never seen before on Sports Addict Live, E-Rock. You see him talk about football and basketball on Total Apex Sports, and you do other things that quite frequent, just to be honest, I'm not really aware of, but I know you do lots. E-Rock, how you doing, man?
I do lots. I do. I don't even know what to make of that comment. It's like he does lots other than pot. Like I do things. I do things. Okay, I gotta say I thank you for first off everyone for having me on. Mark, that you are an absolute professional when it comes to this. Absolute professional. I've watched your shows and it's very awesome to be here. And I also gotta say it's great to have the flourishing personality of Andre next to me, where he's like, yeah, it's going to be a good game this weekend. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be great. Can't wait. Yeah. All right. That's it. But Mark, thanks for having me. Honestly, John, Andre, everyone on the reel. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, dude, it's good to have you, man. Let's get right into it. Light game on the ice tonight. Not so much last night, though. Lots and lots of drama in the NHL. John, we'll start with you, man. What was your takeaway? So what's your takeaway from last night? And is it positive? Because I feel like there's a lot of negative tire fires that were lit in the NHL last night.
Know where it's about to go.
To avoid talking about my own team every day on this show, there is something that there is a takeaway I did have from last night, and that's from Philadelphia on the Flyers, for both the Flyers and the Jets, really. So it's a mix of both positive and negative. the positive side is the Flyers. I've been impressed with them post All-Star break. I think Tortorella's shown now that they've gotten their act together. 2 nice wins in a row on the road against Florida and now winning against the Jets 4-1 last night. I realize the Jets haven't been playing well, but they're still one of the better teams in the league, in my opinion. So I think the Flyers have made some statement wins after they were kind of sliding into the All-Star break. So it was like, we're not going away now. That's the takeaway I have for the Flyers. On the Jets side, I don't want to say I'm getting concerned about them yet, but I'm starting to notice how much of a slump they're in, It feels like they don't have their act together right now. I want to see a little more from them, and they're starting to fall further and further behind from Colorado and Dallas. When pre-All-Star break, I thought they were a near lock to win the division. So I think my takeaway is I'm starting to get a little concerned about the Jets, and I've been very impressed with the Flyers out of all the teams last night.
Yeah, I'm starting to get worried. I love my Jets, man, but mine by 6 degrees of being in my country, but I'm starting to get a little nervous. Andre, what about you, man? You had an off night, your team's not playing. What did you take away in the NHL last night?
Before I get into my budding romance with Calgary, I have to give you a shout out, Mark. I think in the Panthers Capitals game, I think you said the only thing you were looking forward to is see if Ovi lit the lamp again, and he did. So good call on that one. Had them in the playoffs. I, in that episode right before the break, said coming out, they had to win 2 of 4 on the road to kick off their second half, if you will. Didn't think they were going to win in Boston. They did. Didn't think they were going to win yesterday, and they did. They already, I guess, took down the Open Challenge, and they have 2 more games to spare, 4 more potential points ahead of them. They're only 1 point back of the Blues, who are in the last spot. They're only 1 point back now of the Predators. They are 3 points back of the King, and the Kings are the only team in the bunch that has a better goal differential. The Flames are getting hot. They're turning away. So I like what's going on in Cowtown.
You're saying the Flames are getting hot. The Flames are getting hot, huh?
Yeah.
In hell against the Devils. And the thing about that game last night, John, we can talk about this another day. But the Devils, in my opinion, they had a million chances to win that game. I thought that showed a lot of cojones, if you will, on Calgary's side to pull out with that victory, because there was a solid 40 minutes where the Devils basically controlled that game. All right, new guy, E-Rock. That's the last time I'll say that, I promise.
No, it's okay. Like, who's that? Oh, sorry.
What's your takeaway in the NHL, bro?
2 ball guys. Actually, I'm going to go different because my dude over there, I wanted John to get the one that I was going to say. And because he is the vet, I'm going to do something different. The Golden Knights are starting to look susceptible to things right now. It's like they're the reigning champs, but at the same time, they're only relying on their goaltending at this point. I cannot, honestly, as newbie, I am going to be very struggling. I'm going to be like Dusty at his pronouncing his name, but I'll try my best. It's Vejmelka. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to try. Whatever. I don't care. I'll try my best. I think I'm doing it right. Correct me, please. That's okay.
The goaltender for the Yotes? You're talking about the goaltender for the Coyotes?
Oh, the Golden Knights. Golden Knights.
Gotcha.
No, and I can't. Am I right? I'm sorry. I'm trying my best here. I got you. But point is, their goaltending is the only thing that got them through that game, because the Coyotes should have absolutely blitzkrieged them. They were flying down the ice. Their offense, like, the Golden Knights don't look like the same team this year. They don't. And I'm not saying they're a bad team. They still have only lost 15. and it's still, but it's at the same time they're just. It's like if you watch basketball, it's like watching the Boston Celtics. It's like saying, yeah, they're great, but they play around, as we say on our show with me and Dre, they play around with their food. I think it's very similar with the Golden Knights. They look susceptible. They look flawed in many ways. I would have to. That was my takeaway from watching it. 3-2 against the Coyotes is not. I know hockey fluctuates every day. It's the hardest sport to probably bet on, but this one was. It just doesn't look the same. That's all. That's my takeaway.
Yeah. Well, I will say that the goaltender who you tried to pronounce, I think you pronounced it right. You're talking about.
Oh no, you're right. It was Arizona. It was Arizona. I apologize. That was my fault.
Aiden
right.
Hill is who you're talking about for
Yes,
the
sir.
Golden Knights.
Yes,
and
sir.
it's really funny that you mentioned that, man, because last night I had to step away for a couple hours and I'm driving around and I'm listening to that game on the radio. And for the last period and a half, the amount of times that I heard big save by Hill, big save by Hill, like that was literally the last hour of that game was just the guy, big save by Hill. That team, they do have some injuries. I do get concerned about their depth, but you're absolutely right. I think if Aiden Hill is like this version, like who can beat that guy 4 times in 7 games? Like he's just unbelievable.
Do you not think that their attack on the offensive side is? I was watching this. Do you not think that it's not nearly as effective as it was last year? I feel like last year they had obviously their defensive side was great, but right now they look susceptible. They look flawed on the offensive side of the fast break. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, so my takeaway from last night, I'm struggling to nail one down. I did notice that the shorthanded goals were aplenty last night. And every team that allowed a shorthanded goal lost, which I think makes sense. John, I hate to do it, man, but I'm going to go to your team. And the thing about that Devils loss, it's not to pick on the Devils and the way that they're playing or anything like that. I already said it. I think that they easily could have won that game last night. Markstrom is a phenomenal goalie, as inconsistent as he can be. When he's on, he's on. But the Islanders win. Flyers win. Penguins won the other night. Flyers have won twice this week. The Devils, I know that they beat Colorado the other night, but if the Penguins win tonight against the Wild, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, it's a tough week for the Devils. And I'm worried, not just for your team, but for you, like your health, like your mental health, your stability. Yeah, if
I've been through a giant season, I can handle the Devils.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, because I was thinking about that today. I was like, wait a second, all these other teams in the Met won. I mean, like minus the Capitals, but we've talked about what we feel about that team enough. Yeah, they need to start racking up some wins here, and we'll see where it goes. All right, before we get into the 3 games on the ice tonight, let's dive into some bad beats. I feel like we're going to cross sports a little bit tonight. I have a bad beat that's not even sports related, and I will fill you in on it. But Andre, let's start with you, bro. What's your bad beat in the sports world from last night?
I already know what this is going to be.
Let's just this isn't a hockey bad beat, but it's a hockey venue. The Knicks played in the Garden last night.
Sure.
And NBA rosters, you're supposed to have 15 guys on your roster at all times. The Knicks had 8 healthy players last night.
And
5 starters,
how many
3
bench
off the bench.
players are there? How many bench
3
players?
off the bench. So me knowing they were going to lose, said, hey, let me bet on the only guys that are good and actually playing, right? Dante DiVincenzo, 25 plus points. Hit pretty easy. He had a good game. Josh Hart, 18 plus points. Hit pretty easy. Had a good game. Last leg of the parlay, Isaiah Hartenstein, 15 plus points. He had 10 at halftime. I was thinking, wow, this is going to cruise. I'm going to breeze by this, right? Except for the fact that Isaiah Hartenstein did not come out of the locker room at halftime. Isaiah Hartenstein did not play a single minute for the rest of the night. Isaiah Hartenstein hurt his Achilles. So the Knicks had 7 people for the final 24 minutes of basketball, and I was 5 points away from hitting a parlay because somehow, some way, another injury happened. So that's my bad beat.
You gamble.
I'm very fired up about it.
You gambleholic. You gambleholic. You bet on. That's why I never bet on my own team. I've been saying it for so long.
You only fade your team. You don't bet on them.
I love him, but I will never. No, I'll never bet on him. Never.
Every morning that the Leafs play a game in the evening, every morning I wake up and I read on my mirror, "Don't bet on the Leafs tonight," former future Mark. And then I always am like, who's that guy? He doesn't know what he's talking about. It happens all the time. Although the Raptors, I don't bet on the Raptors, man. Who knows what the heck's going on with them? But listen, let's go to John for your bad beat. And then right when you're done, E-Rock, you take it away with your bad beat. Full disclosure, I got a son who really wants a snack. And so I got to take care of something, and you guys take it away with your bad beats.
Yes, sir.
Mark is dad of the year. Shout out to him.
I know, right? Feed them goldfish. Come on. All right. All right. Go for it. John, you go.
On that note, my bad beat. Like Andre, I'm going to go to a different sport for this one. Actually, this is not even my bad beat. I feel like I have to give someone I know a shout out here. Someone I write with. So they were telling me a story last night because I was covering the NFL Honors Show to write a few articles on that. So during the show, one of the awards that got revealed was Coach of the Year. And it was a very tight race. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter the results of that vote, but Stefanski ended up winning it by like 1 vote, something like that. So I was talking about that in the group chat to write, and I bring it up that I'm going to write something on it. And this other guy I write with commented on it, said, you got to be kidding me. Stefanski won by 1 vote. Because the reason why he said it like that was like he had a bet from like early in the season that D'Amico Ryans was going to win Coach of the Year. And he said he would have won $2,000 on it. He lost by 1 vote. 1 vote. And the Texans won the playoff game. I know they vote before the playoffs, but it's just ironic. I felt so bad for him. I really did. My heart went out to this guy last night. So I thought that was like that's an early nominee for bad beat of the year, and it's not even my own.
You know what? I'm so glad he said that.
I think it was such a bad beat. I had to give it a shout out.
I'm so mad.
Very genuine of you. Very caring of you.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hey, he's not Dusty. Stop making fun of people with their pronunciation. That's all right. Because I'm about to do something that's a pronunciation nightmare as well. So it's okay.
What do you got for your bad beat, homie?
You know what? I was going to do something else, but I'm glad John said that, because here's my bad beat. And this pisses me off so much. This is more like, I'm going to tell you, I'm the mad rapper. I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. It's like I'm on Biggie Smalls over here. Like, you know what? I got John. No, it's man. See, I don't have a problem with CJ Stroud. I love CJ Stroud. Puka Achua should have won Rookie of the Year. I don't give a rat's tail. Anyone that disagrees, Puka Achua should have won Rookie of the Year. He had ridiculous numbers, and I'm pissed about it. And I don't care what anyone says. That's mine. That's it. I don't even got much else to say about that shit. That's all right.
Well, so 2 quick things. Number 1, thank you for saying rat's tail rather than the other version of that.
No. I appreciate you. I've learned.
I appreciate you. The second one is that album, Life After Death by the Notorious B.I.G. is probably my favorite album of all time. So
Great.
excellent reference by you. So my bad beats this. And I needed a venue that I could share this because I have the best in-laws in the whole world, but they don't watch this show and they don't care, so it's fine. Not that they don't care, but they don't watch it, so I can say it on here, all right? This is the deal. I married into a Zimbabwe family. They're awesome. My mother-in-law, father-in-law, incredible cooks. They make the most insane dishes of food, and it's phenomenal. And they curryfy everything. Everything's curry, chicken, whatever. Like, just think about it, and then think about it as curry, and they do it, and it's awesome. So last night, I'm home. I'm working. My wife and my son, they're gone. They're at my in-laws. They come home. My wife brings home ribs and a whole like veggie stir fry thing. And it's like, oh yes, my in-laws making food. That's the other thing. I don't know if this is just like my wife's family's culture, but their dinner is like 4 meats and a side. It's the best. Like it's like chicken with a side of steak, with a side of ribs, with a side of rice. Like it's awesome. Anyway,
it sounds delicious. Actually,
I'm a Canadian dude. All right, my dad's from America. I love curry. It's phenomenal. These ribs were curried, and I just want my ribs to be barbecue. That's all I want. Is just barbecue or honey garlic or something. And it and the ironic part of all this is my wife just walked in as I'm saying all this, so which is the funniest part. But I just want my ribs to be barbecue or honey garlic or something. You know what I mean? Delicious. It was fine, but I just want normal ribs. You know what I mean? And that's my bad beat. I'm not even going to talk about the NHL bad beat because all my bad beats were so bad that it's like not even like Vancouver. That game was done before the first period. Winnipeg, that game was done. Tampa Bay, that game was done. All my bad beats were horrendous, so I'm not even going to go there. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Getting it all. Yeah, E-Rock, what's up, bro?
No, Mark, I have to tell you, oh dear God, you're 100% right. What the hell? Curry, some ribs. Are you freaking kidding me?
Well, what's so funny is that they genuinely are like phenomenal cooks.
No,
but I was like, I opened it up and I was like, I just want some America. I want America. I want America, and I want it saucy, and I wanted America. That's all I want.
Not all that. I would be starving looking at it if I saw that instead of.
I mean, I still ate it, and I ate it very. It was still good. It just wasn't, you know.
Dude, don't y'all ever hate like y'all have had exes, all right, or you have wives, or you have whatever it is. You ever like you have like you know that your in-laws, and you don't have to answer this if it's gonna incriminate you, so it's okay. You ever like go in and you know that your girls, whoever your spouse is, whatever their food sucks, and you know it's gonna suck, and you're just like, yeah, I can't wait to have dinner at your family's house. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I had my ex. Well, she's not a very. It's okay. The food was like her. It was bland. No, so it's okay.
Jeez.
She didn't believe in seasoning. That's what I'm saying. She didn't believe. No, not just her. Her pops didn't like salt, pepper, hot sauce, and then you get offended when I dump hot sauce on it because I'm like, yeah, we're in the South. I'm about to dump Texas Pete on this mother something. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. This mother something like this is. I'm saying like that. That's where I'm with you. It's like, oh God, curry on. Oh no, but you have to eat it. But you have to eat it though.
Well, and like I said, like I like curry. It tasted fine, but it's like. You know, I just want my ribs American. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
But you still had to eat it. But you still had to eat it either way.
Yeah. And I crushed it. And I crushed it because I have no self-control. All right, let's move on into the games in the NHL tonight. Everybody, thanks for listening. You saved me $150 therapy bill. So let's go into Minnesota, a game that got a win that they needed. Not by -1.5, which Andre and I think are still pretty bitter about. But they got the win nonetheless. Minnesota +110 on the at home rather. Pittsburgh on the road -130, -1.5 puck line for Pittsburgh is +195. +1.5 on the Minnesota puck line is -238. The over is 6 at -108. The under is -112. All odds on DraftKings, but if any other sports book wants to sponsor us, then we'll ditch DraftKings in a hurry. John, let's start with you, man. What's your take? What do you see in this game tonight?
Man, Mark, you advertise the sports books like someone would when they're single.
That was good.
All right. I don't.
The same, man. I love DraftKings, but they don't pay us yet. If someone wants to pay us,
Facts.
we'll do what we do.
To their defense, they're with Kevin Hart. He's doing the North Carolina just made it legal thing, and that's where I'm from. It's like North Carolina just made it legal to do DraftKings. So I'm like, hey,
There you go. We got to give
What do you got, John?
a shout out just for that.
shout
As
out
far
to
as-
Gamblers Anonymous. You're welcome for us giving you all the business we can give. So there you go. All right, what's up?
That too. I'm not sure what to make of this game because, like, both teams, I believe, have only played once since we've been back from the All-Star break. Pittsburgh coming off a 3-0 win against the Jets on Tuesday night. Minnesota, as what Mark and Andre described to me, at least the ugliest game of post All-Star break from the Wild side, winning 2-1. I think these teams are almost exactly even in goals per game. Pittsburgh definitely is the better goaltending team here, and they pretty much cancel out on the power play versus penalty kill because, like, Minnesota definitely has the better power play, Pittsburgh the better penalty kill.
Wait,
I'm still leaning towards Minnesota slightly in this game. I don't say that confidently. I'm not overly impressed with Pittsburgh winning on Tuesday night just because I mentioned earlier the Jets have been struggling in general. I'm hoping the Wild just got their bad game out of their system on Wednesday night. I feel like there's a tiny bit more offensive upside potential for the Wild. I feel like they're a bit due for an upswing, plus they're at home. So I like to take a home dog if I'm 50-50. Give me the Wild here.
Let's go to you, Andre. What do you see here tonight?
Yeah, I'm still scarred from Tuesday or whenever that game was. That was just.
You're a sour man. You're a sour man. That's what you are. You're a sour man.
I dare you. I dare you to go rewatch that game. I dare you.
The whole thing.
I watched that game. I did watch that game, as a matter of fact. All right,
but
go ahead. You got it.
I was fully prepared to come in here and say, wow, like, I don't trust Minnesota's offense at all. Then I looked at the Penguins, and it's been consistently 2 or 3 goals for the past however many weeks in every game. No more, no less. It's 2 or 3. The thing is, I think that's going to be enough to win this game. I do trust Tristan Jarry and Ned. I trust their defense. The Wild, the games they scored 2 goals against, the 3 in a row. It's the Ducks, the Blackhawks, and the Predators. I understand Saros is a good goalie. I understand Mrazek standing on his head at home. I understand Dassel's, can be very good sometimes for the Ducks. He started that game. But it's still unimpressive teams that you're not scoring against. And you can't really convince me that you're going to go against Pittsburgh, who's been good at keeping the puck out the net, that has a very good goalie in Tristan Jarry, is going to offer any reprieve. So I'd like the Penguins in a tight one. I'm going to stick with just the -130 money line. I'm going to take the under, but I do like the Penguins to come out on top, like 3-2.
So I hate to correct my boy on air, but if I was to tell you that, oh, now I'm gonna butcher names. Mal,
Oh, it's
wow,
all you. It's all
the
you
backup
now.
goaltender for Pittsburgh. I believe he's actually starting tonight. However, it doesn't change what I think at all because
What
he's
was his
actually
name?
playing really
What was
well.
his name? What was his name? Come on, what was
Look
his
it
name?
up. Google it. Google it. Google it. He's played very well. Does that change your thoughts at all, Andre? Or are you still rocking with Penguins?
And Andre, you try and Andre, pronounce it because
Nedeljkovic.
you're the what is it?
Nedeljkovic.
See, look,
That's what I
this dude's a no. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what I said.
He's
He
the
said
name dictionary.
this dude is diction. Oh man, he's diction in the absolute version.
I love it.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of this guy in my life. That might be wrong.
He probably is right. We're American. We don't know. We don't know.
What about you, Rock? What do you see here tonight?
I really love. I've been looking, and the only reason I would take Pitt in this game is because I'm looking at this injury report, and it's absolutely like a grocery list. And also, here's the other thing that I think we're overlooking as well is penalty minutes is absolutely absurd. 347 to 590, and 590 is going towards Minnesota. That is going to keep them off the ice. Oh my goodness gracious me. And Sidney Crosby is still, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best play. Well, that's not true. I'm not okay.
He's
Top three. No, top three players in the league. Okay, top three. Sorry. That's before Andre came over here and kicked my ass. Pardon my French. He was kind of. I wanted to make sure I clarified, but no, he's one of the best players of all time. But at the same time, he's getting older. But 347 to 590, that can't be ignored. That's keeping people off the ice. That's keeping player. That's keeping consistency. Everything else is fairly even for the most part. I'm going to go with the Pitt Penguins in this sucker. I'm going to go with them. I think that they are absolutely destined to win this game. I also have them, in my opinion, going to go to the Stanley Cup this year as well. I'm marking it down. I do.
Wow.
I do.
That's
all
so
right. I would love to see the odds on that one to go all the way to the finals. I would love to. We're talking
look how mad the mad rapper over here is. Like, I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad.
Oh, it's spicy.
I do. I got the Pittsburgh Penguins going to the Stanley Cup this year. I do.
I'm glad that you mentioned the power play and like the penalty minutes and that whole thing, because that's a really interesting matchup. And John alluded to it, where Pittsburgh has one of the worst. I think they're 30th in power play, but Minnesota is 30th in penalty kill. So it's like, does it matter? It might matter. It's going to be a fascinating matchup. There's no doubt looking at these stats.
Hey,
What's up?
Mark. No, because I'm not correcting you. I just want to give you the exact. I'm going to pull an Andre here and give you a number. That's why the penalty kill thing. Exact number is 81.4 for the Penguins and 73.8 for the Minnesota team.
Yeah. Yeah. So Pittsburgh's penalty kill is 10th in the league, but their power play is 30th, where the Wild's penalty kill is 30th. So does that cross off? I don't know. We'll see. Both these teams statistically are very even, and my original thought was, well, Pittsburgh's going to win this because Pittsburgh needs this game more. But then it's like, oh, wait a second. The Wild need literally every game as well. I'm going to lean Pittsburgh here as well. The puck line is also extremely tempting for me. It was plus 205 and it's down to plus 195 now. I also like the under. I think that this game absolutely goes under. The under is 6.5, if I remember correctly. 6, sorry. But I mean, Minnesota, it's just more. I don't see them scoring more than 2 goals. I know Marc-Andre Fleury is in net for them tonight, but he's not the guy that we know from before. Not that he'll be some sieve, but I can see this game being 4-2. I think the money line is safe for sure, but I might consider the puck line. A couple fun little props here. So on the goal scoring side, Kaprizov, 4 goals in his last 5 games. He's plus 130. Eriksson Ek, 3 goals in his last 5 games. He's plus 165. In Sidney Crosby's last 5 games, he is averaging 3.5 shots over his last 5 games. Over 3.5 is plus 114. And I love me some Sidney Crosby props. Anytime you want to talk me into a Sidney Crosby prop, I am here for it. Let's move on to Chicago, who E-Rock has the audacity to be welcomed into our show and wear the jersey of the team who is playing our boys New York Rangers. The Rangers on the road, minus 298 favorites. Chicago plus 240. Minus 1.5 puck line for the Rangers is minus 112. Plus 1.5 puck line for the Blackhawks is minus 108. The over is 5.5, which really caught my eye. That's minus 115. And the under is minus 105. Andre, we'll start with you, bro. What do you see from your boys tonight? And have you gotten to the minus 1.5 or minus 2.5? Where are you at when it comes?
Mark, you forgot to say, I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. I'm going to tell you why I'm mad. Come on. Let's roll.
I've learned not to ever bet minus 2.5 against the Blackhawks, especially not United Center.
Unfortunately, John's the one who had to endure most of the pain there for us to learn.
John, we appreciate you for setting the example.
We do.
And lighting the way for us.
Oh my God.
The Blackhawk bullets.
Mark, you'll be surprised to know I've not bet a single thing from this game.
Okay.
Oh, you coward.
My winners and runners pick for this was the under 5.5. I fully see this as
Dre, stop.
Mrazek.
Stop. No, Dre needs to stop for a second. Stop.
Stop what? I haven't bet on this game yet. It's a simple fact of life.
You bet on you break the cardinal rule of betting on your own team literally every time.
You will bet on this game.
I said yet. I bet.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's been yet to happen.
Come on, you gotta let me finish the sentence.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, no.
Usually this guy's like in there.
What?
Usually this guy's like pouring his morning coffee while he's betting the minus 1.5. And he's taking his time. He's taking his time. Anyway, Andre, what do you got, bro?
Yeah, Andre, go ahead.
Mrazek terrifies me. I'm not even gonna pretend. Like I think this is gonna be like a 2-1 Rangers win. Genuinely, sure. That guy at home, absolute monster. Pretty much keeping the team competitive these days. As much as I gave Minnesota flack for the other night, he was playing very well. Granted, he didn't face that many shots because the rest of the skaters for Minnesota sucked, but that's not the point. I'm gonna take minus 1.5 because the odds are.
How is that not the point? That is a point.
The odds are pretty good. Minus 112. The Rangers are in every way, shape, and form the better team in this game, but it's kind of tricky in United Center with Mrazek. Buyers beware. I do like the under 5.5 the most, so at minus 105. I think it's going to be a low scoring game, like a 3-1 type deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you. E-Rock, we'll go to you next, man. You're wearing the opposing team's jersey. What do you see in this Chicago Rangers matchup? And have you bet Chicago -1.5?
I actually did, just because I wanted to be fully invested into this, and I did. I bet on Chicago because it's a pick 'em, and I think that just because of the small amount, I actually doubled it. As a matter of fact, I did, and I might.
don't believe you, but hey, man, if you're telling me the truth,
I am telling you the truth.
all
Telling
right.
you I'm telling you the truth. I don't believe in the Rangers. I think they suck. I think the Rangers suck. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been watching them. They've been tripping, man. No pun intended. Like, they've been tripping, man. I mean, they have.
Viewers need to know that you started watching hockey in January when the Rangers were garbage.
When they win tonight, when they win. By the way, I have an excuse. You don't. By the way, for the record, you don't have an excuse. You suck at predicting hockey. So let's be real. Sorry. Actually, that's not true. You're better at predicting hockey. You suck at predicting basketball. But in this case, I'm also going to be right. No, I'm serious though, and I'm not saying the Rangers suck. They're not terrible at all. They have a great record. And the Blackhawks. I think Kennard's going to have a great night tonight. I think.
Mark, that was subtle.
I'm serious. I think he's going to have a good night. I think 1.5.
I'm not laughing at you.
1.5 is a very, very slim margin. I think it's good enough. It's not like it's basketball, but it's also a slim margin to where I think that Chicago could have, like, Kennard could have a 3-score game, like a hat trick, maybe 2, and it might be different. We'll see. That's what I'm thinking.
Absolutely love it. I mean, Chicago -1.5. If you're a degenerate and you got some bills to pay, throw some on the +550, man. What's you've already lost it all. You've already lost it all. What's a little more? John, what about you, man? What do you see in this game tonight?
All right. First of all, the fact you even put Chicago 1.5 on the graphic, that should be bannable. That should be bannable. If we were running a forum, that would be bannable.
Give the people what they want.
Hey, you know what? We'll see what happens.
We will.
I picked the Spurs the other day. That didn't work out very well, but let's see. Like, me and Andre picked the Spurs the other day. Didn't work out well, but still, come on. Let's see what happens.
This is a nightmare matchup for me to pick, mainly because as a Devils fan, I'm forced between my arch rival and the bane of my existence, E-Rock. For a backstory, the Blackhawks have burned me I don't know how many times this year on this show at this point. They have burned me more than any other team this year. So Mark and Andre got on me for it.
Now I'm scared. Okay. I'm still sticking with my pick. Doesn't mean
I've lost a lot of Blackhawks games this year, put it that way. Andre finally understood the pain of me picking a Blackhawks game the other night. With that said, between the bane of my existence and the arch rival, I'm going to do something different and pick neither. I'm going to focus on the total here. And I like the under. The reason why is mainly because the Blackhawks are now the worst team in the league in goals per game, and the Rangers are a top 10 goaltending team. Also, I don't think the Rangers power play is quite as good as it was. Like, I think they moved down to 4th in power play percentage now. I mean, it's still pretty good overall, but like, I remember when they were at top of the league at one point.
Do you at least agree with the Kennard pick where I said he gets 2 goals tonight?
I'm on the fence on that one.
Luke Kennard is a Memphis Grizzly and Connor Bedard is injured. So
I was just going to say, do you know who Kennard is?
You know what? I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie. Fudge you, bro. I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie. You knew who I meant. Get out of here. You're tripping. Come on, don't have to pick on me. Not Dusty.
I'm
Whatever.
not sure if the Blackhawks will score 2 goals in this game or not, but if they do, Bedard will probably score them. I'm leaning towards under 5.5, honestly. I feel like this is gonna be a similar game as Tuesday night with what the or was it Wednesday night? Sorry, with the Blackhawks and the Wild that game. I feel like this
Yeah.
will be a 2-1 or 3-1 game, honestly. And
So
if the Blackhawks 1.5 hits, I might have to walk off.
so
Oh,
number one,
This freaking guy over here. I keep looking at his cheese and then freaking face. All right, sorry.
all right, number one. Andre, thank you for speaking up. I was going to like point it out who is Kennard, but I love E-Rock. It's the first time we've ever done a show together. I didn't want to make him blush. Number two, do we know is Shesterkin back in net tonight? I don't know how much it matters against the Blackhawks, but do we know?
Well, ow. If you're a Blackhawks fan. Yeah,
I
it's
mean-
just starting tonight.
Yeah.
The plan was always, because he was an all-star, the plan was to give him the 2 games,
Yeah,
2 games off. So
that's
it
what
wasn't a
Laviolette said the other day, right? Yeah. I mean, I appreciate Laviolette saying it. I don't know how much I completely buy it. I think it's like Quick's the hot hand and Shesterkin was at the All-Star game. So I think they both kind of go hand in hand. I don't think it's necessarily one or the other. You know what, boys? I don't know. I don't know if I'm just feeling good because I had a Calgary, Florida parlay hit last night, or if it's because I actually had a basketball parlay hit last night and I picked Pistons and Nuggets to win. I don't know if I'm just feeling good. And let me just clarify, that just got me back my money that I lost on the Jets and the Canucks. So let's just be real about that. But either way, I'm minus 1.5 Rangers. I'm doing it. And
Now who's tripping? Who's tripping now? Now?
And I'm picking the under as well. I obviously a team like the Rangers, the unders have been hitting more frequently for them lately. So 5.5, but still, it's the Rangers, man. Like 5.5 still, you can see them winning this game 5-2 if they're having a night. One thing that I really like, and it kind of surprised me how bad the odds were, still plus money, but Panarin is plus 105 to score a goal tonight. And he's had 3 goals in his last 5 games. So that surprised me that it's only plus 105. I thought it'd be a little bit juicier. But I like Panarin to score a goal. I like his shot totals as well. Give me Rangers minus 1.5 and the under. And I hope that we come back Monday with not like losing another Blackhawk. We might just have to stop betting Blackhawks results if this doesn't hit tonight. All right,
Hey, hold up. Let me. I because I've been doing my homework. Let me ask one more thing, though. Okay, if I may, sir. Panarin's been doing very good recently, but he has also been slacking previous to that. You don't think he's going on a cold streak after this?
I mean, I think Andre is probably better to speak to it. I think Panarin, he's had his cold moments, but he's had a very good year, and he's not known typically as a goal scorer. He is a good goal scorer, but he's known for his helpers. He's known for passing the puck. So if he goes on a little cold streak with the goals, it's not totally out of character for him. What do you think, Andre?
I wasn't being sarcastic, by the way. I was an actual.
No, not at all.
Drake.
Yeah, he's taken a concentrated effort to shoot more this year. Like Mark said, for most of his career, he was more of a passer. Honestly, he's a great passer still.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't light the lamp I think he has more multi-point games than games without a point this season. Like he consistently finds
Which is
points. So
phenomenal.
he
That's
doesn't
fair.
need to find. He's gonna shoot because he's put the effort into shooting more, and it's helped the offense a lot. But he doesn't need to. And
That's
on the
fair.
power play, especially, he's gonna look to find someone else for a better shot.
So he's looking with that three-man run, two-man run where he's looking for that. I got it. All right.
Oh, if
That's
he has a
fair.
chance to thread the needle, he's 100% gonna thread the needle to like Trocheck, Zibanejad, whoever.
All right. That's fair. That's all I need to know. That's all.
Moving to California for our last game of the evening.
We already know who's going to win. We know
I
who's gonna
have a feeling there's if the over under on who's picking Edmonton's at 2.5, I think I'm gonna pick the under. I feel like less than 2.5 of us are gonna pick Edmonton, but we'll see what happens. Edmonton is in Anaheim. Anaheim plus 230, home dogs minus 285 are the Oilers on the road. Minus 1.5 puck line is minus 118, plus 1.5 puck line for the Ducks, minus 102. The over is 6.5 at minus 108, and the under is minus 112. John, let's start with you, man. What do you see Oilers Ducks tonight?
You're going to do it. You're going
we
to do
gotta-
it. You're going to do it.
We got a tough slate here tonight, honestly.
I agree.
I'll be real. Statistically, Edmonton is better than the Ducks in every way. Almost every single stat category, Edmonton's better than the Ducks. The problem is this is really a perfect trap game because they just lost to Vegas. They just lost to Vegas. They could see Anaheim as an opportunity to get an easy rebound win off of that loss. And honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Edmonton overlooks them. I'm just going to be real. I could definitely see them overlooking the Ducks because they are one of the worst teams in the league. And also, they played the Kings the next night. So that's like classic in football. This would be a classic trap game.
Dear God in heaven.
Part of me is very tempted to pick the Ducks here because I think it's a little too much to. Well, the money line's no good with the Oilers, obviously, and I don't know if I trust the Oilers to win by 2. I think I'm gonna pivot or hedge. Sorry, I think I'm gonna hedge this and say Anaheim get puck line plus 1.5. That's my pick. I'm hedging this a bit.
Yeah, I love that bet, John. I love that bet. I got some information I want to share in a little bit, but let's go to E-Rock, the notorious B.I.G. himself.
Yeah, the notorious E-Rock. Right? He's absolutely, and I love John. He's absolutely wrong. This game, I would even say that Edmonton's going to win by 4 goals. It's going to be 4.
Just a smacking.
They're going to smack the crap out of them. They're going to smack the Ducks right out of the damn. Oh my God, this isn't even going to be close. Oh my Lord. That's just. I've been watching Edmonton, and they're just ridiculous. I don't think they're going to overlook this. I think they're just. Plus, they have my favorite player, and that's also biased as well. So that's biased as well. I think they got a lot of people's favorite, but at the same time, Edmonton's fast break is going to go against Anaheim's soft defense in many, many ways. I know it's a basically pick 'em. They're going to get in that, you know what? I mean, this is going to be a 6-2 game. That's what I'm calling right now. 6-2. That's my call.
Andre, what do you see here, man? We got literally 2 polar opposites. Which side are you falling on?
Yeah.
I know he's gonna say. He's gonna say mine. Say it, bro. Say it, bro.
Really good about the Ducks. Actually.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They've won 2 in a
was
row.
gonna be with D-Rock.
Oh my God.
They've won 3 of 4. The only loss was by 1 goal in Dallas. This is their first game coming out of the break. They're at home. And we talked about Edmonton. The wind came out of the sails a little bit with the break. They kind of have to refine their groove. The offense had nothing in Vegas. Part of that's Aiden Hill coming back, and the Golden Knights getting back.
Really?
Run. But Edmonton didn't look sharp out of the break, and the Ducks, freshly rested, the Ducks were playing well. The Ducks are young. And I think what John said about them looking ahead might be true. If they beat the Kings tomorrow, they can pretty much lock up one of those divisional spots. And burying the Kings, I think, is a sweet enough deal as is.
Yeah.
I like Ducks plus 1.5, but I'm going to be a little bolder. I'm going to take the Ducks to win.
Dude,
money
Connor
McDavid. Tonight.
Connor McDavid, the best player it's like the Patrick Mahomes of the NHL, and you're gonna say, and they've had the great run that they've had. You're gonna say that you guys are tripping. I don't know what's wrong with you.
This guy doesn't watch Sharks hockey.
I do. Actually, as a matter of fact, I do, bro. That's all. Oh my god. Oh.
So I live like 20 minutes from where McDavid grew up. We love some Connor McDavid up here. I'm all about it. I agree with the homies, with the Pucks Across Borders homies. Sorry, E-Rock, you're on an island. I think if I'm going to go like this is a bet that you should place your money on, I would go Ducks puck line. However, I really do like the money line as well. I think that the puck line, minus 102 for a puck line. We see these puck lines every single day. You're getting plus 1.5 at like minus 190. Like, you know what I mean? So to get a plus 1.5 at minus 102, I really like. So I was looking some stuff up. First of all, last 17 games for the Oilers, we know the first 16 of those 17 were all wins. Lost the other night to Vegas to end the streak. In those 17 games, 4 of them went over the number. They have not been scoring the lights out. They haven't been letting a lot of goals in either, but 4 of those 17 games went over. In the last 11, none have gone over. I know that Pickard is between the pipes for the Oilers tonight, I believe, but he's been pretty good, pretty consistent for them. I know John Gibson's in net tonight. He's been much better over the last little bit than he has been over the course of the season. Like you said, Andre, Ducks have won 3 of 4. This is where I get like in a deep dive that might just like make me overthink this, but it's fun to go on a little journey. Earlier in the year, when Knobloch was first hired on by the Oilers, they went on an 8-game winning streak. When that 8-game winning streak ended, they lost 3 in a row. Last year, there was a stretch around this time where they went 9-2. That was followed by a 4-game losing streak. They also, this is kind of a side note. I guess last season was so long ago when we got the long baseball season in between, and then football, basketball, hockey all starts at once, and we got there's just so much other stuff going on. But starting March 1st last year, they went 18-3 to finish the season last year, which I completely forgot about. And then the playoffs happened. They lost in the second round, and then they started the season the way that they did. So I don't know if you can relate the beginning of the season to the end of last season, but I'm going to do it because why not? I think that the Ducks can absolutely win tonight, but I think plus 1.5 is an absolutely beautiful odds for that spot. The last thing I'll quickly say is Terry. Lots of unhappy people with Terry's play over the course of the year. He's been picking it back up. 4 goals over his last 4 games. For him to score tonight is plus 220, and he's scored 4 goals in his last 4 games. So I love that. Vetrano's always a good one with plus 200. I'm always leery of anytime goal scorers for the Oilers just because so many people score goals for them. Like they have an incredibly deep offense. So yeah, McDavid minus 120, Draisaitl plus 100, Hyman plus 110. Like anybody can score for that team at any time. So I like Terry as an anytime goal scorer at plus 220. A-Rock, what do you got, bro?
Yeah, I just had to, I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt so much. But here's
You're good.
the fact.
You're very
Mick-
polite, just waiting patiently, like the kid in the front row at class. Just
I was never that kid. Can you believe that? Trust me. All right.
If I went to school, I wasn't that kid. If I was there.
66. All right. I'm just gonna list 3 things real quick. 3 things. 60 or 68 points, 21 goals, 47 assists. That's Connor McDavid. Okay. Terry, 37, 15, 22. Goals. Hyman, 39, 166 saves. All right. Or whatever that means. Then the other one, Vatrano, 22. Vatrano. I said it right. I said Vatrano.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, throw a little Italian spin. I like it.
Oh, I'm not Dusty. I know how to do my stuff. Vatrano.
He's up in the airport guy.
I love Frankie V.
Frankie V. All right, fine. I'll call him Frankie V. Frankie V. Hey, Frankie V over here. He got this. Okay, 22 goals, 159. And to finish it off, 47 for Connor McDavid on assists, 20, 16. I don't even have to finish it because it's actually absurd. Point is, there is no chance in hell that they're going to win this game. Not a chance in blue Oiler hell. That's just going to no, you're wrong. You're wrong.
No doubt the Oilers are a better team. I don't think anyone's disputing that. I just
wanted to make sure I gave you the numbers before I said it.
Oh, yeah. No, the Oilers are way better, and one team's going to the playoffs, one team's not. But I think this is a bad spot for them, and I think tomorrow night is a way bigger game against the Kings, like the boys said. So let's segue into our best bets, brought to you by none other than First Round Collectibles. Like I said at the top of the show, what's your sport? Hockey, basketball, baseball, football, maybe even wrestling, whatever sport card you want, you can get it at firstroundcollectibles.com. That's the number 1 STroundcollectibles.com. Right now, with the promo code Sports Addict, you get 10% off whatever sports card your heart desires. Go to firstroundcollectibles.com and find your heroes. Promo code Sports Addict, 10% off. E-Rock, why don't we start with you?
Including in North Carolina. Hey, yeah. Sorry, continue.
What is your best bet in the NHL world tonight? Put you right on the spot. Make you go first.
Put me on the spot. By the way, I'm changing my Stanley Cup winner right now. It's going to be the Oilers. I'm getting the first Canadian team in a long time to win.
Very long time. Yeah.
Long time. They're gonna drill for oil. They're gonna get
It's the classic like July like hockey talk on Canadian radio when there's nothing to talk about. It's who will be the first Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup in over 30 years.
Mark, I got respect for you. I'm trying to give you a win. That's what I'm saying. You're Canadian, and I actually believe it. I think that Edmonton, they got it. They got it this year, man. What you think?
I appreciate you. I do wonder, though, side note, I wonder how other Canadians feel about this, but as a Leaf fan, like we got Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, Willie Nylander a little bit after the Oilers got McDavid, and then they got Draisaitl, they got Nuge earlier in the 2010s. I feel like if the Oilers win, it can be any other Canadian team can win the Stanley Cup. I think if the
now you're just getting semantics. You're getting
No.
semantics. No,
I think if the Oilers win, there's some jealous jealous Maple Leaf fans. I really do think so. I think if the Canucks win, we're happy for them. Jets, we're happy. But I think if the Oilers win, I think we're all jealous. And,
What
yeah,
are we
we're all
doing?
cheering.
What are we doing?
What's your best bet, E-Rock? What do you got tonight, bro?
I just did. Oh,
For them to win the Cup?
For the week. Oh, for the week.
Yeah, for tonight. Yeah, tonight.
Not,
I mean, if you want your best bet to be the Oilers to win the Cup, I mean, I'll take it.
I do. I really do. I was trying to be nice, and I also believe it. Man, I got the Blackhawks winning tonight. That's my best bet. I really do. I think that's what's happening, and I'm not just saying it because I'm wearing a jersey. I really do believe they're going to win tonight.
All right.
I think it's going to. And I'll tell you the score too. I'll tell you the score: 5-3. Blackhawks.
The Blackhawks are going to score 5 goals.
All right, fine. See what I'm saying.
I mean, hey, if the Blackhawks win, it's the NHL, man.
Anything could happen.
Anyone can win any night, but if the Blackhawks score 5, I think there's a better odds of them winning than of them scoring 5 goals. Andre's itching right there.
Okay.
The Sharks have won hockey games this year. That's how I know anybody can win.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying if you think they're going to score 5 goals, you're better off betting on them scoring 5 goals because the odds probably are like way better.
Guys, if the Detroit Pistons can win a basketball game, the Blackhawks can score 5 goals tonight.
Oh, the Blackhawks might win tonight. Peter Mrazek scares me.
You know what? If I'm wrong, I'm
He's
wrong.
a demon.
That's all it is.
Oh, no. I mean, listen, Chicago to win tonight, I don't hate it. I don't think it'll necessarily happen, but I don't hate it. It's the 5 goals part. It's the 5 goals part that's crazy.
If I had to change it, it'd be 3-1 Blackhawks. If I had to change it, 3-1. Fine.
I'll do it over
3-1. 3-1 Blackhawks.
I'm glad you found this, Andre. I was looking just now.
Chicago over 4.5 goals plus 900.
Hey,
like,
no,
you should bet that.
Wait, Andre, can you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
E-Rock, hold up.
Goals for Chicago was plus 900. So if you think they're going to score 5, bet that.
Let's go.
Like 5 on it, you'll get like 45 in return.
5. Put 100.
E-Rock, what do you think? That could be tempting.
3-1. I'll change it to 3-1. As in terms of 3 scores to 1. And I'll put whatever money that Dre puts on there, I will double it.
Well, on the game?
Whatever you want.
Okay, fair enough. We'll do that off camera.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Andre, why don't you go ahead with your best bet, bro? What do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the low-hanging fruit. Penguins Wild under 6 here. Not trusting either offense right now.
Real bold pick, bro. Real bold pick. Real bold pick, bro.
So that's gonna be my best bet for the day.
Real bold pick. There you go. Way to go outside your comfort zone. Go outside your comfort.
John, what about you, dude? What do you got for your best bet?
I feel like we're hazing him a little bit with this Blackhawks Rangers thing these two have going on down there. Mark, I'm gonna stick with the West Coast while those two duke it out.
Sure.
We'll go late night here and go back to the last game we talked about, the Oilers and the Ducks. I do just have a strange feeling about this game. Like I said, statistically, and I think talent-wise, we all believe Edmonton's the better team in every way. But I just question if they're mentally going to be invested in tonight's game, not only because this is kind of the middle game against the worst team on the schedule, having just lost to Vegas, looking ahead to the Kings tomorrow. As Andre mentioned before, that Kings game tomorrow is pretty big for standings purposes. So I just really question if they're going to be fully invested in this Anaheim game. I'm not even picking Edmonton to lose necessarily, but I really like that Ducks puck line at plus 1.5. At the odds I'm getting with it. I just think I feel like this can be a close game. I really do.
I agree with you, man.
I can't wait to make money off of Andre. That's what I can't wait to do because Andre over here looks sour, like straight up, like He looks so sour like vinegar. Look at him. Look at this guy.
He looks great, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Great, but his face
I'm
is
literally over here on DraftKings putting the
Oh,
bets
hold
in.
on.
I don't know what face you want me to
Right.
have.
Dude, right now.
I'm working, man.
Well, why are you working? You're doing this. Why are you
I'm gonna
doing
stick. I'm gonna stick with the late game as well, John, and I'm gonna go Oilers Ducks under 6.5. I think that under has been hitting a lot for the Oilers, like I said, over the last 17 games. And 6.5 is a pretty high number. The Ducks don't score a ton. The Oilers haven't been scoring a ton either, even during that winning streak. Like I said, 4 over 6.5s in the span of 17 games. So I really like that under for the Oilers and the Ducks. And an honorable mention, over 3.5 shots for Sidney Crosby, plus 114. We won't make that on the best bets, but that's an honorable mention. I really like Sidney Crosby's shot total tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah,
All right,
Crosby's
Andre,
treated you well this year. I feel like.
What's that?
So I feel like Crosby shots have treated you well this year.
Oh yeah, shots, goals, just Crosby. He treats me great. He's a great guy.
He's the best hockey player, arguably one of the top 2 best in the NHL. So it's not
We could do a whole show on just him, how he has been playing.
McDavid, no. They are absolutely the best players in the NHL right now. And Ovechkin can kiss my ass. Oh, pardon my, he can kiss my something. Sorry about that, sir. Sorry.
Hey, man, 3 goals, 3 games. Maybe he's getting on a heater. Andre, what do we got for our best bet parlay, bro?
Starting with the first game, we have under 6 at minus 108. Moving on to the next game, we have the Blackhawks money line at plus 240. Moving on to the last game, we have Ducks plus 1.5 at minus 102. We have under 6.5 at minus 112. This 4-leg parlay that I will absolutely not be betting tonight is plus 2113.
Then why would you suggest it if you're not going to do it? What kind of dumb crap was that?
Because one of the fools on this panel picked the Blackhawks money line, and that's
like, hey, you know what? I'm going to pick these 4 things for my cookout, but don't do it though. What the hell?
No, it's more like we all brought something to the cookout, and I don't want
with respect.
Yeah,
with respect.
Yo, that's a really good point, Andre. We all brought something to a little potluck, and you just don't want to have the pasta salad. Like, you'll take everything else, but the pasta salad, you're just kind of leaving alone. I understand.
Blackhawks will just bring me too many times.
I got it.
Imagine picking a
expired.
Blackhawks best.
No, to hell with this. I got
crazy.
Expired,
this guy does
dude.
not watch pucks across borders.
Oh, shush! Shut up! Get out of it. I got expired
It's the
food,
kiss of death.
and I can make the salad. And hey, I got this. And you know what? Hey, let's do this. What the hell are you talking? Get the hell out of here!
You know what it kind of feels like, John? Let's go back to these like relationship analogies that we have. It's like E-Rock's the guy who hasn't been around the crew in a while. He's been out of town, doing his thing, whatever. He's hanging out back, and he doesn't realize that Andre and his girlfriend of 5 years broke up, you know. And he comes by, he's like, "Yo, Andre, how's Emily doing?" And Emily's like, and Andre's like, "Yo, Emily's no more." And you know what I mean? He doesn't understand the pain that Chicago has been causing us.
Emily up right before he asked that question.
Mark, I think that's a terrible analogy. I got to be real.
I think it's perfect. I think it's a great analogy.
I like mine better. There you go.
I think
hey, you know what? Hey, here's my food. You know. Oh, by the way, this sucks. Here, have it. By the way, it could have been better in this way. Like, why the hell would I eat it then? What the hell's the matter with you? No, but I like where you're going with it, though.
Well, he's a Rangers fan, man. He's not going to bet Chicago tonight, but I understand. I understand what you're saying. All right, everybody, thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. E-Rock, Great having you, bro. Nah, we're done. It's over. I see your hand up there. I love you, but we're lights
done.
out.
We done.
Lights out.
We done.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will be back on Monday, starting at a new time. Keep an eye out at Sport Addict Mark for the time of our show starting on Monday. Good look on your bets, Super Bowl bets, basketball bets, all of your bets. Good luck, and we will see you on Monday. E-Rock, love you, bro. Good seeing you.
Get all right. That was awesome. That was a great show, actually.